And when we get into part 2 of this video, it's gonna get a little bit more raw. Because you know me, when I do these videos, it's really like I'm saying I'm done with this shit. Because I'm telling y'all right now, I'm done with that lovey-dovey shit. And I hate to say this, ladies, but y'all lost a good one. Because I was really in y'all corner. But at this moment in my life, that shit over with. Alright, so check the move. We have now returned back to our regular scheduled programming. And this right here is another video for my young niggas. This right here will be a part 2 of my last video of my top tier women's list, my top 10 women of all time. Now fellas, before we even dive into this video, I need you to go back and watch a particular video called That Pussy is Possessed, because it's gonna be a lot of information that I give you on today that might go over your head, but if you go watch that video, you will be caught up. I'm not telling you this to go run up the engagements and none of that shit. I'm telling you this because I am not going to repeat myself. I'm gonna keep it fucking trucking. Because I've come to the realization that I can't save everybody. Most of you all are already pussy whipped. All you know is pussy. Most of you are gonna give your whole life away to it. But if I can just save one little nigga, then we won. And the only reason that I'm doing this at this point is because I know there's hope. It's because I'm that one little nigga. Now, if you haven't noticed my new handy dandy dry eraser board in the background, today's topic of discussion is my 7 tiers of women pyramid. Now, before we start this video, I want you to understand, these tiers are not set in stone. This is what I use to gauge these bitches. I just want you to use this as a guide while your ass is out there on that battlefield. Because like I said before, it's a spiritual warfare going on out there. And these bitches is out here playing for keeps. It's not just a spiritual warfare. It's in the physical as well. But it's covert. It's silent. We're dealing with psychological warfare at this point. And I'm trying to prepare some of you motherfuckers before it's too late. This is why I encourage you all to have think tank conversations down in the comment section so we can tweak this information and improve it. But most of y'all are on lockdown anyway and you're scared of these bitches, so you would rather pander to their ass than get on your fucking shit. I'm not doing this for any type of attention. I'm doing this for y'all. I'm such a real one that I'm willing to put myself on the line for you motherfuckers, that I'm willing to take the risk of none of these bitches liking me at this point just because I'm here to put you all on game. So I need for you young niggas to take notes. It's to the point where I'm not even trying to be physically appealing to these bitches anymore. These bitches love niggas with dreads. These bitches love niggas with beards. I ain't got none of that shit. I'm a bald head ass nigga and I'm proud of it. Now, yes, it's for religious reasons, but at the end of the day, I'm bald because I want to be, because I just don't give a fuck. And now I know what you might be thinking. You're probably asking yourself, well, Prince, what gives you the fucking right to sit here and try to put us on game about any of these bitches? Well, let me run down my credentials for some of you motherfuckers. I was a licensed minister for 10 years straight. And unlike most of you motherfuckers, I didn't just sit my ass in the congregation and eat fucking crackers and sip on Welch's grape juice the entire time. I got busy. My first 2 years into ministry, I started counseling women between the ages of teenager to mid-20s, some even 30s and in their 40s. I even took college level educational training on the Jezebel spirit. So when I say I know my shit, I know my shit. Even if we was to say fuck all of that, I just have experience when it comes to these bitches in general, from all walks of life. From playing outside to elementary school, to middle school, to high school, to college, to the real world, it's all really the fucking same. I'll do you one better. I've never shared this on a public platform before, and I'm going to do it on today. Just for you all. You could say that I was molested at least 3 times by these bitches throughout my walks of life before I even knew what love, sex, or any of that shit ever was. So I could never be an old lover boy ass nigga anyway, just off of the simple fact that I was tampered with. I could never really fall head over heels for these bitches anyways. So when I started getting an understanding and I started seeing the signs for myself, I took heed. And I'm gonna need for your ass to do the same thing on today. Class is in session now. Let's begin. Yeah, you see the light purple nigga. Hood royalty shit. Purple gang, purple rain. It's all purple, everything. Now what we're gonna do on today is we're gonna work our way from the lowest form of these bitches to the highest form. So if we was to start at the very bottom of the totem pole, the 7th tier, the lowest form of these bitches, those are who we call the Thots. The irony, because don't none of these bitches have a mind of their own to think for themselves. Don't let that go over your head. Now, if you need a reference point onto how these bitches act or what these bitches may look like, pay very close attention to them Chirac bitches. They ain't nothing but a female version of a street nigga. Ain't that funny how even in their lowest form, they still trying to be like us? But guess what? They not like us. They not like us. They act just like niggas throughout their entire demeanor, from the way they walk to the way they talk. They even out here toting Glocks. They will set your ass up. Shit, they might even kill your ass they goddamn self. And if they ain't toting a blick, they will run the fade with your ass straight head up, even if you's a nigga. They will fuck for food, a ride, clothes, rent, and weed. They are not attached to their pussies at all. And listen here, fellas, because this is very important. You have to have a conscience to even be attached to your pussy in the first place. And a conscience is just something these bitches don't got. They don't have respect for themselves. Shit, they don't even have respect for their mamas. They will fight their mamas. They don't even have respect for any of the men in their family as well, and will fight them niggas too. And to be honest with you, they'll probably fuck them. And that's just to get back at the women who they don't have respect for in their family as well. These are the type of bitches that get on federal assistance, you know, EBT, etc., with no plans of ever evolving or ever getting off of that shit. Most of them average between 5 to 6 kids with multiple baby daddies, which, if you average it out, that's probably a 3 to 4 different baby daddy ratio. I need for you niggas to understand that these bitches don't give a fuck. I don't even think they can give a fuck because they're always stuck in survival mode, which means they ain't worried about shit else in life but when's the next meal. These bitches are borderline demons walking the face of this earth. I don't want to say Jezebel or succubus level. Jezebel/succubus level type bitches, they're more divisive with their tactics. They want control, they want power, and even your life force. Don't let that go over your head. Now, moving on to the next tier of women on the pyramid. They are who we call the hoes. Remember, the higher we go, the more conscious we get. Hoes are thoughts that are more feminine. They just want to fuck off and fuck their backs out with no consequences or repercussions for their actions. They are very promiscuous and they'll probably have a train ran on them or done had a train ran on them. Tomato at this point. Now don't confuse these bitches with whores, okay? Whores get paid, hoes don't. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and make that a subcategory. Whores. Hoes don't care how much of themselves they reveal, whether in public or online. Shit, that even comes down to their sexual life. They will tell you how good the box is and how much of a good eater they are, whether in public or online as well. These type of bitches don't need a reason to cheat. They'll just do it for the thrill. Hoes are not like Thots. They would at least pretend to be in a relationship with your ass. They will at least pretend to be nice to you. They will at least pretend to like you. Maybe even get in a short-term relationship just to get what they want out of your simp ass. But not years, not months, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, and that's me being nice. I want to say 2 weeks tops, because sooner or later the streets are going to be calling them back. And seeing as that's where they belong, it won't be no time before they leave your ass to be back outside. These the type of bitches that will exchange sexual acts for strictly money in general, aka prostitution. That's whether physically or digitally at this point. Also known as OnlyFans. A hoe will fuck you, your daddy, your brother, your cousin, shit, even your grandpappy if the opportunity presents itself. And fellas, remember when I said Thots just don't give a fuck? But as we go up the pyramid, they gain a little bit more conscious? Well, hoes are a little bit different from Thots. After fucking their lives away, after a while, hoes start becoming conscious of their reputation. And after fucking everybody in the city, they'll move to a different place to have a fresh start. They will move to a whole new location because the new niggas in that city don't know that they were cum rags in the last city that they came from. You know, it's kind of like when you all Augusta hoes get done doing the dirt that you do, and then you go take your ass to Lithonia or Conyers. Now, at this point, I'm gonna need for you all to really pay attention because I'm about to switch it up really quick. And I might lose some of you all, but who gives a fuck at this point? You either got it or you don't. Now, instead of going straight to the number 5 tier on the pyramid, I'm going to skip that slot and give you the number 4 and number 3 tier. And it will all make sense when I'm finished. So, this is what I'm gonna put in the number 4 spot. And this is what I'm gonna put in the number 3 spot. Now, fellas, once again, I need you to pay very close attention to this. Notice that no matter what form they are in, it always comes back to us. In the 4th slot, we have females, and in the 3rd slot, we have women. Females, we call them that because it's always gonna cost you a fee when you're dealing with these bitches. You just gotta decide how much you're willing to pay. And pay very close attention because that doesn't always have to be dealing with money. Because some of you are paying with your life right damn now as we speak. Woman, because woe to the man who doesn't take heed to any of the information that I'm sharing with his soft ass. See, these 2 sections right here is what I like to call the buffer zone, or you can say /safe zone. Because when we are addressing these bitches, these 2 are the terms that we use to be politically correct. These are the words or terms that you can use out in society or in the public, even in the workplace, and you won't receive any backlash. And just to give you fellas a little gem, anytime we use the word females, we really want to say
unstable creatures. It's my new word for y'all.
And see, the dating market then got so fucked up at this point that we can't tell the difference between groups 3 to 7 at this point. Because groups 3 and 4 like to justify the actions of 5 to 7, so they all can have their cake and eat yours too. Don't let that go over your head. Females, they fight for and justify whole shit and thought shit online. And women fight for and justify whole shit and thought shit in the offices, at the polls, and in politics. See, group 3 likes to fight under the construct of feminism, while groups 4 to 7 like to hide under the umbrella of feminism because they want the benefits of it but don't want to deal with the consequences of a hyper-feminized society. Which is why I said they want to have their cake and eat yours too. And I'm gonna leave that at that because that's where I probably done lost a lot of y'all. That's something for another video, which I probably won't be doing because ignorance is a choice at this point. Motherfucker, figure it out for yourself. When women don't even want to listen to other women, we're at the point of no return. And believe me, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Now, moving on to the 5th tier. These are who we call bitches. Now, fellas, be very careful because they try to rebrand this category all the time with all these different titles, but it's all the same thing. Barbies, baddies, dolls, hot girls, city girls, it's all the same damn shit. These are the females with attitude problems. These are the ones that disrespect men on all levels, all scales. And in all actuality, they're jealous of men. But it's funny because in that same breath, they want to be just like them. Henceforth is why they say they're in their masculine. But make it make sense, because if I said, I'm gonna be in my feminine today, how does that fucking look? These the type of bitches that like to hide behind religion, astrology, and angel numbers. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those things. I'm just saying they will use them as tools to weaponize against men. These the type of bitches that'll use terms like misogynist and narcissist, but can't even tell you what they fucking mean. They are biased in anything and everything that's in favor for women, even if it's wrong. They act like double standards don't exist and won't take accountability for shit. These the type of motherfuckers that'll use men up for all of their resources with no intentions on cultivating anything serious and won't have any remorse for your bitch ass if you end up going broke in the process. It's on to the next one. Slick will already have the next one lined up. These are normally the loud and obnoxious ones out in public. Don't know how to read the room, nor when to shut the fuck up. You can also say these are the sloppy drunk motherfuckers who always gotta be carried up out of the clubs. And last, but not least, taking care of children is a burden to them. They treat it like it's their chore rather than their duty or responsibility. They are not nurturers. period. This is where you find more of your Jezebel succubus energy because they're more into playing the mind manipulation games when it comes to their sexuality. Yes, they will still fuck their lives away, but they're more tactical on how they do it. They're more focused on control, power, and security. Why? Because why in the hell, when it comes to my own survival, would I rely on my own instincts when I can just weaponize the love that you have for me and use your dumb ass to solely survive off of? My money is my money, your money is my money. Get my drift? Now that we have all the tiers filled in from 3 to 7, except for the last top 2 tiers. Fellas, I wanted to give you a quick sidebar. Remember when I told you that tier 3 likes to fight under the constructs of feminism, right? And that tiers 4 through 7 like to fight under the umbrella of feminism. Let me show you how diabolical this whole shit is right here. Remember in the beginning of the video when I said none of these bitches got a mind of their own or can think for themselves? And if you don't believe me, look up the term hive mind and see what that consists of. Don't none of these bitches know what feminism is in its totality. So tiers 4 through 7 like to use the talking points of tier 3 when they're arguing or going back and forth with men. So at this point, tiers 4 through 7 ain't nothing but free marketing for tier 3 and their movement, which unknowingly but willingly done allowed tier 3 to sign all they bitch asses up for some shit they don't even want to be a part of. And ask me how I know they don't? Because they are constantly bitching about the shit that's already taking place, that's in progress right now. And if you don't believe me, wait till about 10 to 20 years down the line and you'll really see what the fuck I'm talking about. Nevertheless, let's move on forward to the next tier of the pyramid. Now, fellas, here is where you can kick off your shoes and relax your feet. This is where the energy gets a little bit lighter. We have more and more consciousness coming into play. This is where they're a lot more easier to handle and a lot more better to be around. And these are whom we call the ladies. You gotta treat her like a lady. This is where the part 1 of this video derived from. The top 10 top tier women's list, my top 10 women of all time. You can pretty much plug all of those women into this category. Now, before we move any further, let me go ahead and prevent any of you all from throwing a fucking curveball. I'm not saying any of the women in this category are perfect. I'm not saying that their reputation has to be or is even squeaky clean. All I'm saying is they're not all out with their shit. They business ain't all over the place. Whether it's their sexual life or just their business in general, they ain't all out with the shit. This is why we say we want a lady in the streets but a freak in the bed. These women right here are naturally feminine because it's in their character to be. Why? Because that's just who they are. She doesn't have to get into her feminine. She's already feminine because that's just who she is. She's operating in her true nature. She's naturally being what she's supposed to be. And if you're not operating in your nature, you're operating in some other shit. Which in other words, bitch, you just got tricked out of your position. Her femininity isn't dependent on a man. Which I find it funny because majority of females say they don't need a nigga for shit. But yet in the same breath will say they need a real man in order for them to operate in their feminine. Make it make sense. So something that's supposed to be in your nature, something that you're supposed to be naturally is still reliant on a nigga, yet you don't need a nigga for shit? I ain't going. Or maybe that's not your nature. Or at least anymore. And the internet is just exposing you motherfuckers for who you truly are. These are the women they used to sing about in the 70s and the 80s. These are the women where that real true 90s love R&B derived from. Sweet lady, would you be my sweet love for a lifetime? Who's that lady? Lovely lady, real fine lady. Fellas, this is why in modern day society right now, R&B really doesn't exist. These bitches don't give you butterflies in your stomach no more. These bitches literally make you sick to your stomach now. Ain't shit to sing about when it comes to these bitches anymore. And the reason being is because that true unconditional love that used to circulate in the world back in the days, back during the golden era, that shit is slowly dwindling away now. Because these new bitches can't love you unconditionally. Their love comes with terms and conditions, which is why you have more contracts than you do contact. Don't let that go over your head. These women know how to be sexy yet conservative. We're not saying you can't show a little skin, but when you start dressing like these motherfuckers down here and we can't tell the difference, bitch, we gonna treat you accordingly. You're dressed like a hoe, we gonna treat you like a hoe. You're dressed like a thought, we gonna treat you like a thought. It's all about taste. You don't even necessarily have to be classy all the time. But don't be assy. These are the real nurturers. Children are not a paycheck to these women. Children are a gift to these women. And these women raise their children with pride. They raise their children to operate in their fullest potential because they know their children, their seed, is a representation of them and their entire family once they step outside that door and enter into the real world. Not only does she know how to cultivate a peaceful environment for her home, her husband, and her children, but wherever she goes. It could be the workplace, shopping at the mall, or shopping at the grocery store. She brings peace because she is peace. Fellas, you don't mind being a little bit more open and a little bit more vulnerable with these women because they don't make you feel like you're at war with them. Now, fellas, I'm letting you know right now, you dealing with a real one because I would place my mother in tier 2 as a lady. But if my mama was out here acting like a bitch, if my mama was out here acting like a hoe, or if my mama was out here acting like a thought, then I would place her in those categories accordingly. And that goes for any women in my family at this point. I place my mother in tier 2 as a lady because she earned that position. She earned that title of being called a lady. What the fuck? Pussy everywhere, boy. He just can't get away from it at this point. And coming for that number 1 spot. The last tier, the top tier. I'm gonna go ahead and put G. And that G stands for goddess. And up under that, let's just go ahead and put I almost forgot how to spell that shit. Divine and divinity. To all my young niggas out there, you know how you all like to use the term aura? Well, this is where that derives from. She's all about presence. Her presence and essence is so captivating and so magnifying that the thought of smashing her doesn't even really cross your mind because you just have that much respect and honor for her. These women still have their morals and values intact. That's why we as men respect them at the highest level possible. That's why we have no problems at wanting to protect these women at all costs. See, the divine masculine has a desire to want to protect the divine feminine and vice versa. We don't care about none of you other bitches. This is why you bitches couldn't fake spirituality if you wanted to. Because masculine and feminine go hand in hand. You have to know how to balance the both of them. One can't outweigh the other one. This is why you have two brains, a left and a right. You have the masculine brain and the feminine brain, not just the masculine. These are the women who are out there working their ass off, doing their best to improve their communities, to develop their communities. You can find most of these women doing philanthropy work. These women are outside too, but they're outside actually trying to change society and the world for the better. See, these women can't be shaken or can't be moved due to outside circumstances. And what do I mean by that? Even though on the outside it may be portrayed and looked at as fun to be a thought or a hoe, that doesn't matter to them. They are still going to stick to their morals and their values, whether you like it or not. Even if that means having all these bitches not liking them or turning against them. They are gonna make it their duty to pass down their morals and their values down to the next generation, especially when it comes to family values. Notice I didn't say family tradition, because for some reason when you start using the word tradition, all these bitches start tweaking the fuck out. They start referring to cooking, cleaning, who takes the trash out, all that stupid shit. I didn't say broken family values. I said real family dynamics. For you to even make it up here into this top tier, it comes with experience, a certain experience. Because see, some of you would say that would come with age, but no. Because as you can see right now in society, it's a lot of older bitches who are just now getting late to the game. So instead of leading the next generation, they rather stoop to their level and compete with the younger bitches. But what you younger bitches don't understand is that them older bitches are gonna set your ass up for the okie doke because they're mad and jealous that you're ahead of the game now. So now they're going to trick you out of your position and you're going to allow them. They already have. Because remember that group right there? Remember the feminism movement? You don't even know who started that movement. And it wasn't no young bitch. These women have been through certain trials and tribulations that could have caused them to go rogue. But they stayed in their feminine despite the outer circumstances. See, modern society has given women the power to do what they want and say what they want with no consequences or repercussions. But instead of taking advantage of that artificial power, they stayed in their true power. And that true power is in actually standing up for themselves, actually standing up for something and saying, I'm just not gonna play your stupid game, period. And let me say one last thing about these women right here. Fellas, these women are filled with knowledge and wisdom. They will upgrade you while coming in contact with them. You will damn near wanna bow to this woman because you would have obtained some type of reverence for her just because she has educated you on some sort of level. And I said I wasn't gonna mention any names in this video, but I have to for you to get an understanding of what I mean by that. Look up this woman named Shahrazad Ali, and you will get what I'm saying. She has been fighting for us for years. These are the type of women who we need to be protecting at all costs. Fellas, there you have it. My 7 tiers of women pyramid. Screenshot it, share it, do whatever the fuck you got to do at this point. Because like I said before, I'ma keep it fucking trucking whether you got it or you don't. Now fellas, a lot of people like to give you disclaimers before the video. I'm gonna give you mine after the video before I go. Because you know me, I like to reward my niggas who actually make it to the end of the video. So rule number 1, fellas, we don't judge these bitches, period, at all. We accept them for who they are and what they are at this point. We don't conform, we adapt. You don't even need to be trying to explain yourself to these bitches anymore. Let nature take its course.
Because when a goddess like Claire Huxtable tries to give these bitches some type of guidance and they don't even want to listen to her, what the fuck do you think you could do at this point? They don't even want to listen to their own kind at this point. So who the fuck are you? And rule number 2, never tell these bitches what tier they're a part of if they ask you. This is simply just a tool, a blueprint for you to use to help navigate you through life as a man, especially while you're out there on that battlefield. Because like I said before, they're waging war on us at this point. And you soft ass niggas, you tender dick ass niggas, you bitch made ass niggas is going to be the casualty.